when the time comes for a new game to play. There's just one place to turn at the end of the day. You never know what exciting game you'll see when you tune in to Board Game House on Twitch.tv. Find a game to back so you can be its owner. It's time once again for Derek's Kickstarter Corner.
There are 2 new things in the Kickstarter Corner this week. And honestly, I love this whole list. Everything that's on this list, I'm here for this week. I mean, I curate the list myself anyway, but I like all of these in a special lot. The first one is a new one. It has 11 days left. It is Chromatic Dragon Metal Dice. I love dice. I especially love metal dice. These are even better because they're hollow metal dice. So it's basically just the frame of a dice and the numbers and a fancy dragon behind the numbers, but other than that, she's hollow. They are metal, so they're durable like metal dice, but they weigh about as much as plastic dice do, which is pretty cool. I know there are... I only really use metal dice. But I also know that when I hand them to people, some people are thrown off by how much they weigh. So I think this is the cool alternative. Plus, they're hollow. Like, that's pretty cool. There are 4 colors that you can choose from. Those 4 that are in the photo right there are cerulean, gold, prismatic, and silver. And then as the campaign goes on, we're going to be able to unlock onyx, midnight, which is like a purple color, shamrock, which is green, and dragon blood, which is like a maroon, like auburn type deal. These are just so cool, and Megan showed them to me, and I couldn't not pass up the chance to show you all these things. I've seen hollow metal dice before, but these just seem real special and real sturdy, and I'm here for it. These have 11 days left on Kickstarter. You can get the prices for these. $25 is going to get you a single D20, and then $99 is going to get you a full set. So yes, you are spending a good chunk of change on dice, but they're cool. So there you go. There's also several other tiers where you can get just a bunch of D20s or several sets. And then they also have their regular web store, dnddice.com, which has other options for like regular dice. But these are fancy Kickstarter dice. So go check out these Chromatic Metal Dragon Dice because they cool. Next is Descent into Midnight. This is an RPG that we've been talking about for a handful of weeks now. We have established that it is a little difficult to like absorb what it's really about. But essentially, you are building sort of advanced sea critters. And as you create your character, you're also going to be working with the people you're playing with to sort of create the world and create the mythos and the basically the whole plot of what you're going to be playing against. Like what's your antagonist going to be? You're all going to decide that when you're doing your character creation. It is unique as an RPG system goes. I'm really into it. On the Kickstarter page, they do have a small little snippet of what like the beginning of character creation would look like. So you can check that out, and you can also check out a couple real play, actual play previews of people playing the game, so you can see sort of what it's about. One of the biggest draws for me for this Kickstarter specifically was their largest tier is $80. And basically what that $80 is buying 2 hardcover versions of the RPG. One that you will get and the other is going to be donated to a school or a library or a community center so that other people can get their hands on a role playing game. Um, which is absolutely amazing and absolutely um, circles around the whole idea of this RPG, which is community, family, hope coming together, um, which is it's something that the three of us are really into, and we know that it's something that you guys are really into. So definitely go check out Descent into Midnight. It has 13 days left on Kickstarter. You can get a PDF version of the book for $20. You can get the hardcover for $40, and then there's that community tier for $80. So that's really cool. Go check that out. Next is a board game called Bivouac. You will be camping over the span of 13 months. This one is it's pretty cool because I got to sort of exchange messages with the creators of the game. They wanted to create a Euro style game that could sort of be a gateway for people that aren't necessarily used to playing those games, trying to get them into not only this game but also more advanced Euro style games and like these theme specific board games, and that's really cool. But basically, for Bivouac, you are going to be creating a summer camp with activities, with counselors. There's going to be those peak moments where something goes wrong inevitably. A house burns down, or there's flooding, or some other kind of natural disaster happens that you have to deal with. And then whoever makes the best camp at the end of the day wins the game. It seems like a very interesting game. It's relatively simple because it is a gateway game, but it's also makes it pretty cool from my perspective. You can get a print and play version of this game, so you won't get all the components, you won't get a box, but you can print it out at home, and it's much cheaper for $15. And then you can get the actual board game in full for $49. Bivouac has 13 days left, so you can go check that out. It's a really cool idea, and I really enjoy it. Next is our second new Kickstarter this week. It is called The Last Bottle of Rum. Yes, I love pirates. And that is 100% what this game is about. You choose a captain. There are 6 captains. They each have a special ability, and your mission is to go and find treasure on islands. There are, I wrote it down. Where is it? Here it is. There are 37 sea tiles that you and everybody else are going to explore to find different islands that have different treasure on them. There are 80 adventure cards in this game that sort of up the tension. It's things that are going to happen and you have to react to, or it's treasure that you have to deliver to somebody. It's a very cool concept. It's a very simple concept, and I'm absolutely here for it because it's a pirate game, and I love that. I already have my captain picked out. His name is Humboldt, and he is a squid, and he's really cool. There's also there's a turtle. There's an alligator. There's a frog, I believe. Let me pull up the photos. There is and a monkey, and then one of the stretch goals is creating another captain that the backers are going to have a hand in creating the backstory and the physical appearance of this new captain. So that's pretty cool. Other than that, something very interesting that they're doing is every week that the Kickstarter's going on, they're going to be revealing a secret stretch goal to the backers and the supporters of the game. This week, on Wednesday, they're releasing an expansion that's that's going to sort of make the game a little more advanced. There's going to be a little bit more strategy involved, and then your boy got hooked up with an exclusive today that one of the future secret releases is going to be a second expansion that extends sort of those advanced rules and mechanics even further. So, you heard it here first. Go back, the Last Bottle of Rum, because pirates, because animal captains, and because I told you to. Last Bottle of Rum has 17 days left. And there's basically just one tier. $47 is going to get you this game. Wooden components, the heavy thick tiles for the sea and island exploration. I'm 100% here for this. I think it looks like a great game. Plus, who doesn't like surprise stretch goals? Nobody. Nobody doesn't like them. So that is the Last Bottle of Rum. Go check it out. And we have 2 more Kickstarters this week. Tiny Cthulhu is a micro-setting RPG, and basically what that means is they, in the book, have put everything you need to set up a game so that whoever the game master is doesn't have to put a lot of time and attention into preparations every time that you go and play this game. This is part of the Infinidungeon saga. So basically this is just taking that idea of making it really easy to start an RPG and to play an RPG and dropping it in the Lovecraftian universe. It has everything that you would want from a Cthulhu setting. It has those archetypes that you love. You have the scientist, you have the priest, you have the cultist and the librarians and stuff like that you can play as well as several settings that you can jump into. There are World War I, prehistory. There's a modern day setting. There's a superhero version of Tiny Cthulhu. There's a sci-fi futurism version, and then like 4 or 5 others settings that are going to be included in the actual book. I think this is super cool. I think anytime you can take an RPG and make it easier for new players to jump into, or easier just to say, hey, we're all here together, let's just jump into an RPG. That's awesome. So Tiny Cthulhu has 19 days left. You can get the PDF version for just $15, a softcover version for $25, and then they have 2 larger tiers where you're going to get extra stuff like a DM screen, like some specific dice for the RPG for $40, and then for $70 it's going to be upping that even further, a hardback version of the book, the dice, the screen, and a bag that it all goes into so you can take it on the go. I love this idea. Plus it has different styles of play, like Pulp Fiction style, and then like a noir style where you're gonna do like a mystery and like try and deduce what's going on, which is a staple of the Lovecraft universe. So go check out Tiny Cthulhu if that seems up your alley. It's definitely up my alley. I love Tiny Cthulhu. I love Cthulhu in general, let's be honest. Super cool. And then finally, the last Kickstarter this week is Infinidungeon. This is a scroll that stretches for 20 feet. That's huge. And all 20 feet is a different continuation of a map that you can use for your RPG campaigns. It is high quality vinyl. It is dry erase safe. If you spill a drink on it, if you spill salsa on it, it wipes right off. It is crinkle proof, so you're not going to be able to squish it unless you really try. But the big thing about this, beyond how large it is and how much map you're getting, is that it fits in these scrolls, and the scrolls have squared handles, so that when you're laying the map out, it stays in place. It's not going to roll farther than you want it to, revealing extra parts of the dungeon. It's going to sit right where you want it to sit. There are currently 4 options with a stretch goal for a 5th. Those options are, and each of these options also comes with a module that you can run specifically for the map that you're getting, or you could just buy the map for a campaign that you're already running. But here are the 4 options for modules and maps. The Lost King, which is going to be a journey into a tomb of secrets and magic. There is the Gates of Aguafus. Sorcerers are summoning things deep in a dank, dark hideout. This is sort of like a sea cave adventure. There is the Mad Descent, where you're sort of just jumping into the 9 hells, and as you continue on through this map, it gets worse and worse. And then the 4th one is Trouble on the Grogmar River. You are sneaking up on a orc stronghold. You're making your way down a river that's going to exit into a large dam, and then sneak up on those orcs and murder the hell out of them. Even without the modules, this thing is super cool. There's the 5th module option. Is a stretch goal, but they're getting close. There is also an option for just a blank, just a white square with your movement squares, but it's just blank. It's just 20 feet of blank scroll that you can use, which is awesome. I think this is a great idea. Megan this is another one that Megan turned me on to. It's very cool. For $49, you can get one of these scrolls. There are 2 different style handles that you'll also get to choose from, a lighter wood and a darker one. $49 gets you 1, $89 gets you 2, $149 will get you all 4 of the modules, or whatever 4 that you choose, and then $199 will get you the 4 modules, the blank one, and the additional unlocked one. I don't know. I just think this is super cool. So go check that one out as well. It has 22 days left. So more than 2 weeks. 3 weeks. 3 weeks. More than 3 weeks. Plenty of time on Infinidungeon. That is all the new Kickstarters I have for you this week. Go check it out. All the links are in the Discord for you to go check out, so you don't have to search through Kickstarter. There you go.
When the time comes for a new game to play, there's just one place to turn at the end of the day. You never know what exciting game you'll see when you tune in to Board Game House on Twitch.tv. Find a game to back so you can be its owner. It's time once again for Derek's Kickstarter Corner.
If you enjoyed this Kickstarter Corner, join us live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/BoardGameHouse. Also, we're going to post them here, so hit that subscribe button below.